welcome to another episode of Power On Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Taylor, and with me is the pink, puffy, powerful Sushi Bee. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you? One from the Forgotten Land.
Oh boy, well, that's what Kirby's little pink, puffy, powerful.
Yep.
You not seen these? Okay.
No, I know.
Okay.
The little pink puff.
Little pink puff. But,
cute in Japan and angry in America.
Always angry. Well, the anger has kind of slipped into some of the Japanese stuff.
But I think the cover for this particular game, I don't think was changed. I think it was the same.
Yeah.
One of the few times.
Less angry, more inquisitive.
Right.
Trying to figure out. Yep. But there's plenty enough anger on the back. You look at the back.
Oh, I don't have it in front of me, but I'll have to go take a look, I guess.
Lots of angry ranger, angry fire,
ruffled eyebrows,
angry sword, angry drill,
angry sleep.
But yeah, so today we're going to be talking about Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Came out 2022, back a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
This was a recent release for us. A little on the newer side for some.
Yeah, we haven't played anything a little more recent in some time, have we?
Right.
I don't know why that is. Probably a little bit to do with our taste in games don't always coincide, and I know you're very much into Steam and stuff, and I'm not, so I think that could be a little bit of it as well.
That definitely plays a part into it, and just, I don't know, it's just kind of how it goes sometimes. Yep.
But we find plenty to link up on as well.
For sure. So, yeah, this is a Kirby game, and it is a 3D Kirby game.
Mm-hmm. Well,
like fully
sort
3D.
Of. Yeah, sort of. Like can we jump into that right away?
Oh yeah, totally.
I find that very interesting. That I don't sit on chat boards. I'm not like this person that's super interested in talking about Kirby all the time and stuff, but the press made it seem as if this is something that Kirby fans have just been dying and clamoring for years and years and years. And I don't know. Is that true? Like, do you know if there's any credence to that?
I couldn't tell you. It's not like I have my ear to the ground on Kirby fan base stuff other than cute plush must get
toys and stuff.
That's really that's
cups
really
and whatever
offshoot,
else. All kinds of little memorabilia, and there's some really nice like stationary stuff, like even with Dragon Quest as well, right? We just don't really see any of that here. We do get a bit of the Kirby stuff here and there, but yeah, some neat little that stuff. If you're really into stationary stuff, there's a lot of cool little gadgets and knickknacks you can get for pens and sticky notes and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, Kirby certainly corners the market on a lot of those cute things for, and that's obviously kept the series afloat.
Yeah,
without too many issues. I mean, and they have all these games that come out, and I kind of, I was sharing the thing that came across about the sales for this game, and that as of March 31st of 2023, so about a year after it was released, it had sold like nearly 6.5 million copies worldwide, making it the best of the Kirby games for sales marks there, which is a bit surprising to some degree. And then also not as surprising in other ways, right? Because it's kind of like...
Switch install base is massive.
Well, think of all the games on the Super Nintendo and
but
the Game Boy.
Were there ever as many Super Nintendos sold as Switches? I don't think so. You could maybe make a bit of an argument for the Wii, but like when Return to Dreamland came out, it was very late in the Wii's.
Very late, which is just
this actually
wild.
Came out, I don't know if it's quite halfway through the Switch's life, but kind of still in the prime, I guess. People haven't moved on from the Switch necessarily.
It's getting a bit sluggish. I mean, this is just 2022 is...
For sure, but people haven't quite moved on, I don't think, necessarily.
Outside of people trying to rush out a Switch 2. And it's like, just let it ride until it's really showing its...
Kirby always seems to have like a extremely late release in a life cycle of a console. Like you can go back to Kirby's Adventure, right? You have,
but wouldn't that
Dreamland 3
help? To some degree,
maybe not, because if people already moved into whatever the next console is, people are just already like, whatever.
But Kirby's not, this is not necessarily everybody who gets the nice shiny thing. Sometimes you get the hand-me-downs.
Yeah, I think Kirby, unfortunately, even to Nintendo, is a bit of an afterthought in a lot of ways.
Hand-me-down.
Kind of, right? We talked about this, that Kirby seems to get all of these random genre games that Nintendo can't figure out what to do with it, so they just slap Kirby or Yoshi on it, because it's like, there are versatile characters, and the product will at least sell because they're on it, no matter how good or bad the gameplay is or anything. It's like, well, at least we've slapped a recognizable face on there, but they won't quite put Mario on there because they're like, ooh, can't tarnish that. You can't tarnish Zelda. Can't tarnish Metroid. Like, they're...
Looking at you, Yoshi 64.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Yoshi's had all kinds of Yoshi's Cookie, Yoshi Safari, right? Just the Yoshi on NES, right? Like those are pretty random games, truly.
Yeah,
so,
that's...
Like, Epic Yarn was supposed to be some other game, and then they were just like, let's just put Kirby on there.
Why not?
Right. And like, look, Epic Yarn, the one that came out on 3DS was, I think, the last Nintendo release, and now it's like a super expensive game.
Of course.
So, Kirby always gets bookended a lot, right? For whatever reason. Just shove Kirby onto all these random games, and then if they sell, great. If they don't, we don't have high expectations because they're late. The 20th anniversary package came out late on Wii.
The merch will bolster anything.
Well, yeah.
The game doesn't sell well. Kirby just prints money.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be one more Kirby game probably on the Switch, even though there's been, 3 so far? Because you have Star Allies came out first, then you had Return to Dreamland Deluxe and this.
No, I wasn't even thinking of the Return to Dreamland.
Nobody's thinking about it. That's the sad thing. Is it's actually like, I don't know, I haven't played that one yet, but the one on the Wii is really good. It's I
played the one on the Wii, so
yeah. So like at some point I'll buy it if I can get it, for a reasonable price. I feel like it might be one of those Black Friday type games that Nintendo does usually a handful of. I feel like that might be one at some point, just because it's probably not sold amazing. So just kind of push some copies out. But
maybe.
Anyways, back to the 3D thing here. I don't know if you see any of this stuff kind of in the media, like from these journalists and stuff, they seem to think there's this, I don't know, want for a 3D Kirby, or you've seen some of these things are just like, finally Kirby's in 3D, and I'm like, why did Kirby have to go to 3D? Like, what's the big deal? There's nothing wrong with it being 3D or not being 3D, but so there was a big push about that before this game came out, seemingly.
Well, that, and it's the scores for it certainly make some people feel like, yes, it was totally needed to be in 3D.
Yeah.
And boy,
I didn't read any of those reviews, but if you just go and check, there's 9, 9, 9, 9.
I'm very curious to play that version of the game.
Yeah, it's called. Here's an extra $1,000. Give it a good score.
Oh boy, man. Integrity must be cheap these days.
I don't know. I don't know.
Shots fired.
I do agree with you. I don't know what compelled them to feel so strongly that this was like the ultimate, the highest peak Kirby could be, because now it's in 3D and whatever else. I am curious. Maybe at some point I do need to see those reviews a little bit and just read into them. Just get a sense of where they thought this was basically almost a perfect Kirby game to them.
Right. And I mean, I get it. Yeah, we're elderly statesmen, we'll say. Mm-hmm. So, not the audience.
But neither are probably those reviewers.
Well, you're right, I get that.
Like, they're going to at least be in their 20s or whatever, likely. And so, Kirby generally is, for a younger crowd, generally speaking.
Very, very young. Just kind of, you mentioned it before, Kirby's a good stepping stone for people. And be like, you know, want to try a game? Yeah. Throw Kirby out there.
Yeah, it's a good gateway. It's a cute looking character, looks innocent enough, right? Not really violent, like a little bit, but not overtly violent.
More cartoonish violent.
Yeah. And like, when the enemies die and they just kind of pop into stars, right? And they all have like a look on their face when they get hurt and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I get it's not going to be. It's not going to be hyper difficult outside of maybe those like one or two spikes.
Coliseum stuff usually.
Kirby gets a like, hey, here's a random spike. Oh, the final boss. It's going to be really tough. Enjoy, kids, as you are now screaming at the TV because.
Most Kirby games like to do that.
Oh, here's an Eldritch horror for your troubles.
Yeah.
Have some nightmares, kid. And I could be fine with that. I grew up enjoying the Bluth films. I know about the sad pit of darkness and death as a child. In my entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, this is,
go on to watch heavy metal. That's pretty dour. Pretty dour stuff.
But it's a very, very strong juxtaposition between QC Kirby and then yes, 0-2. Yes,
welcome to the world of the damned. Like it definitely nails you pretty hard, but it not a standard that hasn't been seen in basically all the Kirby games prior anyway. So it's not like it's something brand new. They usually pretty hard on that last stretch.
So, do you want to dive into things you enjoyed about the game?
Sure.
All right, well,
one thing for sure is they managed to continue to capture, sort of that Kirby lightheartedness, right? Like in the sort of colorfulness of the world. And I'm glad that they didn't go the other route of being like, we're going 3D, we've got to make this a little bit more, not realistic per se, but just add a little bit more of a dark element to it. Kirby always has a little bit of that here and there, kind of like Dragon Quest does too. But for the most part, most of the levels, there should be some cheeriness going on, kind of thing, whether it's through the audio presentation or just the characters. Like you have those floating turnip type things that are those bomb characters, and they've all got smiles on their face. Everybody's got smiles on their faces, basically. There's a few that don't, but mostly there's a lot of smile and kind of welcoming atmosphere to a lot of the game.
Yeah, even with the backdrop of an apocalyptic setting, because I remember when that game, when it got it first announced and they were showing it, and people were like, what?
They all
Kirby's
moss on the buildings and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's kind of similar to, just the concept you see every now and again, whether it's in like a futurist idea of like, what would happen to the Earth if humans disappeared? Right. There isn't like so much here's they destroyed each other with nuclear hellfire. Have fun, kids.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like that. I mean, there's at least something we'll get into at some moment, but with it, I don't know how to put it. Like to have some of the stuff still kind of operational and still sort of working, like in the Wonder theme park land.
Mm-hmm.
Now and everything's just kind of like what is it, Wonderia? It's kind of like okay, and then it slowly, progressively gets worse and worse and worse.
Yes. Like as in you mean that the darkness kind of starts to settle in more? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like you had said, typical Kirby.
For the most part, like I was thinking about that. I thought of Kirby's Adventure on the NES doesn't actually do that. It's actually pretty straight the whole way through until World 8.
Right. No,
so I was trying to think of what other Kirby games kind of follow this format of light, little bit of dark, and then it's like, oh, okay, this is kind of now the kind of quote-unquote scary section of the game. But
I mean, maybe not the same pattern, but just the transition to, here's the big volcano kind of thing.
Right.
And stuff like that. You know, honestly, like just the look of it, I was having flashbacks to, Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3.
Okay.
I don't know, 1 and 2, I guess, but more so just the, 2 and 3. Even though it's not remotely the same outside of just the looks of, oh, here's some lava and here's some industrial stuff. But I was like, oh. So.
Yeah. Okay. How about for you? What's something you really like about the game here?
So I liked the different tiers for the abilities. So
that was neat.
Yeah, it was a nice touch. However, there's a little bit of a caveat to it. It's cool to be able to be like, oh, here's Sword Kirby, and then it upgrades to almost like an Iron
Berserker
Knuckle
or whatever.
yeah, the Berserker. You get that like Iron Knuckle from Zelda look, and even though you don't really need to use it unless you're trying to get certain goals, like the dodge mechanic, or with certain abilities, you will shield up or just kind of pincushion into like a, porcupine into like a little pincushion stuff to defend yourself. With that one, it brings up a shield, so it's pretty protected. And the nice variations to them, and how for the most of them, there's 3 levels to them, so, and
Is Sleep the only one that doesn't have 3 levels?
No, so Sleep has 2.
Sleep has 2, right? Is there something else that only has 2?
No, Sword and Hammer have 4.
They have 4, but is there anything else that only has 2?
Oh, no.
Everything has at least 3, except for Sleep, and then, yes, those 2 additional for Sword and Hammer.
Right. And so they, sometimes it feels like there's a bit of a step back to level 2. I feel that way with the hammer. Or, yeah, like the toy hammer. I didn't like the toy hammer so much.
Squeaky hammer, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's cute, but it's like, you're not no, I'm good. Or, the level 2 to 3. Like, I really like the rapid fire for the Ranger, the Noble Ranger. But I'm not a big fan of the Space Ranger one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I don't mind the Space one.
Like, I like
you fire off that giant orb thing, and it's just massive damage on some bosses. But it's hard to charge up that much.
Right. I found that I got a really great appreciation in this game for the needle.
Okay.
Because I don't know if it was strictly for the crystal needle, the 3rd level one, but and I think it's through all of them, but like the regular needle ability, you can roll and kind of pick up stuff and throw baddies and stuff into other baddies, which is a nice bit. But that also picks up stars. And so you start dealing massive chunks to bad guys, especially when it gets to the bosses and stuff. And it's like, I like this. This is, instead of just kind of sitting there and just, I'm going to porcupine. It's nice to really do some thwomping with it.
Gave it a little bit of a Sonic roll type move instead of just, because like the old games, you just basically sat there, couldn't do it.
Right. It's just like, they're extending, and they go out like about another width of Kirby. So I got 2 Kirby's worth of needle, and I'm completely useless for most of these things.
Right.
So as to say, do you have a particular one that you really liked of the whole lot, or?
I've always liked Bomb Kirby, so I liked the bombs in this one, and I thought the little homing thing was kind of cool, that if you threw them, how I was typically doing is I'd throw them in a 3-way pronged, so I'd like kind of turn left, throw one to the left a little bit, one straight down the middle, and one a little bit to the right, and usually one of the 2 side ones would start to kind of home in, so that they wouldn't necessarily bump each other right away and start, doing their little explosive damage, that they wouldn't do that until they reach whatever the target is. I like that one, and I remember, I think I texted you saying, like, it's pretty overpowered early on, and then as the game goes on, it feels quite weak, but its functionality remains really great the whole way through. Like, it's a good simplified tool for new players, but even experienced players can find kind of new ways to kind of have fun with messing around with them. So probably the bomb one.
Okay. I really liked I, for whatever reason, really enjoyed and I think it's just because he's always constantly skating, but the ice. I just always adore it. Just kind of like skating. I mean, nothing overly strong about it. But I also like
actually
the
quite
level.
weak.
It is. But I will say this: I like the level 2 wearing the little the little hat. It's just like, it's adorable. I will say, even though it is weak, if you can keep the pressure on and then freeze the bosses, it does a good chunk bit of damage if you can freeze them.
Yeah, it can. Yeah.
So that's a nice little addition there.
The dragon flame one was kind of a cool final upgrade too, because flame's also, it's a classic one, but it's a little bit truly a little dull. Like, it's not overly exciting for the most part. But when you get that dragon one, and the flame goes a little bit further, which is nice, and it tends to stay on the enemy, like continuing to burn. But it's that jumping, like, I don't know, dragon attack thing, right, where the wings come out and stuff.
No, right.
It's like it's really helpful for avoiding attacks and stuff too. Like, and it can also do damage if you do hit things with the wings on the sides.
Yeah. So I remember like Crash. Crash only has 2 too. Now that I think about it.
Oh, right. Crash only has 2.
Which I never used. Like, outside of one time, I think. Or whatever it was, like, to get a couple waddly dees there.
Yeah. Crash is neat though, because you can kind of, it just doesn't work once now. Now you can kind of, chain it a little bit. Chain it, yeah. Which is kind of cool. But once the chain ends, like, say on a boss, like, it's gone.
Right.
Which is too bad, but I wish you could kind of keep chaining it. And I'm like, that'd be cool if you could, like, just run through levels continuing to chain it the whole way through. But it's better than it has been in the past. Like Crash is one that's just kind of for fun more than anything.
It's always just silly to see him singing his heart out.
Oh, with the microphone?
Right.
Yeah, no mic here, but you still get Crash.
Right. So, I'm trying to think if there's another one that I really enjoyed. I don't hate them. I mean, they're pretty, like, the final forms of the hammer and the sword are alright, but that sword one is silly. Because it's just getting it fully charged up, and then the sword gets super big, and then it stays big for
a few swipes. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, okay, all right.
Yeah, and I was kind of messing up, because I wanted to do just, like the twirl attack sometimes. Mm-hmm. And then I'd find that I was just only charging up the sword. So I don't know what I was doing wrong. Like, I don't know if I had to be in the defensive position or something to do that. Like, I don't know. I was kind of screwing up, and that can mess up your run when you're facing Meta Knight in those Coliseum stages. And then he starts getting hits in on you and stuff. So I don't know if there's something I need to learn to use it appropriately, and fighting that Morpho version or whatever is pretty obnoxious.
I mean, yeah, we'll get into that whole Morpho Knight thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but yeah.
Yeah, I prefer it over the hammer. I don't, generally speaking, I don't really find the hammer too fun just because it takes way too long to charge.
Now, I could be dumb and just for whatever reason was able to get it with the hammer. Didn't the hammer have like that final hammer have like a counter that you could pull off with it, or did all of them and I'm just not?
I'm not sure. I only used the final one a couple of times. I used mostly the level 3 until I unlocked that fourth one.
Yeah. It seemed like that fourth one, yeah, that third one's not enjoyable.
If you get that flame, like if you can charge it and it hits like a boss with that flame strike though, like you can take sometimes up to like almost 3/4 off of like those mini bosses.
Yeah.
But it just takes too long, and you're risking getting close to them and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So it seemed like there was a counter for the hammer, because I remember using it against that stupid armadillo thing, the boss, and countering at one point. Just, I mean, sure, why not? And dodged out of the way, and I hit the attack right after, and it just did this counter and smacked him upside the head. I was like, okay, I'm fine with this, because this is making this obnoxious fight quicker. So
yeah. Huh, no, I maybe have to go back and try that a bit more. I'm not quite done 100% of this game. I think I'm at like 96% or something.
Gotcha.
So I just got that little hump to get over to have everything done in the game.
Tisk. For shame.
Yeah. Did you actually get all of those Coliseum ones done and everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. By the time we get to this, I was trying it, I think a couple nights ago, and got to the last boss on that Zed challenge.
Yeah.
And then I was figuring out the pattern and everything for the first part, and then you get to the second part, and I was like, okay, still making some mistakes on that second, like, not form, but like its second phase or whatever. And figured that out, got it done. And then I figured there'd be something next, but I still haven't quite figured out the pattern of this orb thing.
Wah.
So, yeah. And if that thing lasers you just like once,
it hurts.
Basically takes off like over a quarter.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah. So.
But, yeah. As I say, what's something else you enjoyed about the game?
Again, I think the Waddle Dee town thing is again a good like welcoming idea for new players. To allow you to have shops and things like that, right? To help you if you are struggling with little aspects of the game, and you can go up to the shop once you unlock it, and just kind of walk around there if you need to get some extra star pieces. Just get a few more points for stuff. It's not expansive, unfortunately. Like, it feels like it could have probably done a lot more, especially when it's collecting 300 Waddle Dees. I feel like there probably could be some more.
Nope, here's your statue. Enjoy, kids.
Yeah. But at least there's a little bit of exploration there, and a little kid playing this could really, you get an opening stage or whatever, but just kind of wander around, right? Wander around, explore your little area, and that kind of thing. So yeah, I don't mind the Waddle Dee thing. I think it's a nice little base to work from.
Planting the seeds for collectathons. Please, kids, play collectathons.
Yeah. Gotcha games or whatever.
Yeah, you get the gotcha thing. I don't hate the idea but in the same hand, it's like, I don't know how I don't hate it, but I don't like it. It's one of those things where it's just like, eh.
It's in the gray.
So it's in the gray.
But again, I like for me, I like it too because, once a kid's playing, and if they are having a hard time with a stage, instead of having to backtrack and try to go find maybe if there's a power up that they like using or they know how to use better, they can go in the shop and just access it right away. So I think it's a good feature for people learning the game. And there are things in the town that are not useful whatsoever, like the post office. So I think the post office thing probably was more in time because I just went online and I found all the codes. So I think they must have been releasing them periodically when the game must have come out or something. Like, I don't think they were just immediately available.
Okay.
The way I was reading about it, it looked that way. So I don't know if anyone who's played this when it came out initially, if that was the case, but that seemed to be what it was. Every month or two, they were releasing a code to give people those extra stars and whatnot. I'm not sure, but it seemed that way. But it was like, this is just dumb. Like, this is not, there's no point to this. This doesn't benefit anything in the game, really. It's like, and you have to do it if you want to get one of those little gotcha things, and like that's kind of dumb. But it's nice to have it centralized in just a thing, right? Instead of past Kirby games of like, go to World 6 to get the tornado from that shop or whatever. It's all just there.
Mm-hmm. It is there for everybody
to
enjoy.
Some of that frustration of backtracking.
Yeah, because some of those can be really obnoxious.
Yeah.
It kind of spins more into more gray, so I'll hold off on that.
For sure.
So, I would say a positive for the game, though I don't think it necessarily hits the same highlights as older games, and this is pretty much a condemnation of, I think, more modern games in general for me, is that the music's good, but it's not necessarily as earwormy as a lot of the other stuff. Like even a lot of the newer Kirby games, they'll still have some really great songs here and there that are just like Crowned. Crowned is always a really good one. And I know by newer, that's not very new standards, but
Star Allies is the same. Like, Star Allies has some really good tracks. They're definitely good tracks, but once you finish the game, your brain can't even recall what they were. You'll hear it in the future, like, oh, that's a Kirby game, but which Kirby game? I don't know. They all just start to mesh together.
Yeah, none of the like strong melodic sense compared to some of the others. The
early games, especially.
Yeah,
Dreamland,
just like,
Adventure.
Oh, you mean that? I meant like in the early game of this one, it's kind of.
No, I just mean like those early games, like Star Saga, or not Star Saga. What was the one on Super Nintendo? Everyone
Star Saga?
Superstar Saga, thank you. Yeah, everyone loves. So like the Chef Race or whatever. Like there's quite a few that are a lot more distinguishable and recognizable and memorable. I agree with the soundtrack here. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just also the only track I can think of that I really liked, and I don't know the name of it, is the ice world there.
Okay.
What is that track? It's in either the first or it's actually in a couple of the stages. I think the first stage, it's the track that plays, like, you know, that one zone area where there's those tilting buildings and you have to it's playing in that section, and it almost gives me like Ease vibes a little bit.
Huh.
So I have to find out what the name of that track is, and I'll send it to you once I find it. But I found that one was good.
I'm a sucker for the Redgar Forbidden Lands, just how like bombastic it is.
Right.
And I'm like, oh yeah, that works.
Explosive volcano.
You're right. Because it's such a, it's like, oh, okay, alright. We went through the wasteland, which I love the name of it, Original.
Oh yeah, Original.
I love it.
That's a little too goofy for me. It's usually, that's funny, because you usually find that stuff kind of, you're just like, whatever.
Well, I like the other, like, to kind of sidestep on that as well. I like some of the naming of things there too, especially like the post game, where it's the Forgo Dreams.
Right.
And I get that it's forgotten, but how it's also said, it's just a cool little spin. I enjoyed it.
That's fair.
So, because it's a word that we really don't. Not a very common word to throw out there a lot of days now. Forgo.
No, it's not.
So, back to you.
I think this is probably the only last, like, strong positive, I guess, or like really positive area for me. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad at least some familiar faces show back up here. In the sense that they could have easily just pushed a full reset button and just said, okay, we know the Waddle Dees will be here and everything else is going to be new. And I think in the trailer, like, you could see, what's the little flying pink shape, it's like a circular shape thing with the little wings. It's been in most Kirby games.
Oh, the thing that turns like aggressive. No, wait, no, that's
the floating orange head thing.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
They're like little, we'll call them bees. They almost look like little bees, right? They're like just pink and they just float and whatever. So but just when the game came out and the trailer's kind of showing like, oh, here's all this kind of new elements and, like you said, post-apocalyptic wasteland kind of thing, I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe they're really just taking away all the stuff that's come before and just kind of resetting everything here and going brand new with all aspects of the game. Mm-hmm. But we get, I don't know his name, the monkey mid-boss with the hammer.
Oh,
he's been in most games, if not all.
What do they call him?
I can't think of what his name is, but
it's like Gore.
No, he's the purple hue to him. Throws the durians at you. Previous games, he threw like exploding coconuts and stuff at you. I should have wrote that. But you know what I'm talking about. The mid, he's a mini boss. And then you get like the frosty mini boss, the walrus guy. So
right.
I'm just glad
turns into a hat for your eyes. Love it too.
Yes, he does. So I'm glad they didn't completely, erase basically all previous elements of those kind of extra characters on the side.
But you say this. Like,
there's one character that shouldn't have been used a certain way, but I'm saving that.
Well, there's a lot of characters that shouldn't be used a certain way, I feel like.
There's one particular one.
This is definitely not Sakurai at the helm, it feels like. At least to me. I get it. Sakurai's a little busy. Or has been a little busy. He's, he kind of steps away. And rightfully so. He's had a lot of work.
Yeah, well, I you know me, I could care less about that franchise. So I have absolutely no interest in that franchise.
Well, I mean, that
but it's aside, a big moneymaker.
That aside, it feels very empty. Or very sparse, I should say. And, like, yeah, it's nice that there are certain characters or creatures that are familiars in the series and stuff, but it'd be nice to have more things. You know, I get that, it's nice that the Waddly Days are making their town and you're not murking them throughout the levels. You kind of send in cross messages.
Mm-hmm.
But it just feels like I wish there was just more than the little beast wolves. And, I guess there's a couple things here and there. Got the little ranger guys. But it just, I don't know.
Fire guys come back too.
Yeah.
You
got this little
Cubert-shaped fire guys. Right, kind of look like Cubert a little bit.
They do. I feel like they could have, I wish they would have done more.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. I mean, maybe on the other end though, I feel like they could have added more of their new elements. When you're saying sparse, I feel like, yes, the new stuff they added was actually really sparse. They didn't really add as much as they probably could or should have with those newer characters that they wanted to introduce, like just the small enemies, here and there and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I
mean, just in general, it's kind of we can get into that a bit later because I think that's a bit more of a bad mark, and I get it.
I'm just glad they didn't they didn't forego it and just say, screw everything that's come before. We don't want any of that stuff. And we're going to eliminate all those previous, one-off enemies and everything. And we're just going to put in a whole bunch of new stuff. This is Kirby is totally off planet. He's off doing something completely new here. And they didn't do that. So that's why it's a positive for me. That I was kind of concerned that was going to be the case, that they were just going to erase everything that's come before.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't do that. So.
Fair enough.
But I see your point as to why it could be either in the gray or the negative.
Yeah, we'll get into that a bit more then.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any other stronger positives then?
It is one thing I do really like that was kind of nice was that you'd be going through a level and then there were certain on rails parts or just trials with the Kirby, if you will, or the glider or the roller coaster bits. And after you'd finish that segment, there would be a little star that you could jump on to retry. Certainly, it resets it, but that's appreciated.
Yeah, for sure.
That's certainly a quality of life thing instead of having the
restart the whole level.
Restart the whole level and stuff. Even though there are plenty of those challenges that make you restart the whole level anyway.
Yeah, there certainly are. And they belong in a different category.
Mm-hmm. But that star bit was nice. I was like, okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, for sure. No, I like that too. That's a really good fair point as well.
Mm. And I would say it's a positive, but I would really like to know who decided what. But I liked the little trials for the different power-ups.
Oh, the Star Road things or whatever they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're okay.
So, I liked them. Though there's some
teaches you to use
like
those elements a little bit more, right? Like those power-ups and stuff, so yeah.
There's just some that I'm like, how is this the time for this? Why is this so generous? And then other times I'm like, why is this so ridiculous?
This is 25 seconds. Yeah. Nope, for sure.
So. It sounds like, though, that's probably about it on the good stuffs.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
So what is more of a middling?
I have a hard time finding stuff that I just put in the middle. Unfortunately, I feel like there's a lot more stuff I'm just not keen on. Period.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the music probably would sit more in the middle, as we've already discussed. There's parts of it that are good. There's parts of it you're just kind of forgettable. Unfortunately, it just all kind of bleeds together. Probably, I guess the bosses as a whole, I'd throw in the middle.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
I suppose, and I think that would be probably for just about any game we play. If there's many bosses, you're probably going to somewhere in the gray. There's going to be ones you love. There's the ones that you hate.
I think there's
the
also
new ones,
a difference, though, is that how the repetition of them.
Yeah,
because you're certainly fighting them a lot. It was nice to see variants of like a certain frond
things. Yeah,
it's nice to see a tropical version, even though it's still just as much of a pushover.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, as it gets to the higher levels, there's a couple of obnoxious things that happen, but I like the new Clorline character, or I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought she was kind of at least a little bit of interesting design, and I like her field of battle, like being in the circus tent and stuff. Yeah, I thought it was an appropriate boss, and she's a bit of a pushover, especially with like the bombs. You can just like walk up to her and just completely destroy her easily. But at least halfway through down her health bar, it changes it a little bit, right? Where she's like, okay, she jumps away and so forth. And design wise is not particularly exciting or anything, but just I found the boss battle was a good challenge the first time. Then you figure it out and you can completely destroy it. But I like the setting and the idea of the character and stuff.
Yeah, like I mentioned before, I could not stand that armadillo.
Yeah, the armadillo, especially the first few times you're trying to figure it out. It's just like, ugh, what is this?
It feels like it's a bit sluggish, but then once you're able to like,
you can turf him pretty bad.
Yeah.
But once he gets to that third attack phase, the first few times you're doing that, you're just like, what? This is really annoying.
Well, yeah, it really grinds it to a halt.
Lots of power slides.
Yeah. I didn't care for the day-to-day fights, really.
No.
I was pretty underwhelmed by those, but that's just kind of like,
So those are the ones I was referring to earlier. They're in my negative. There's absolutely no need to have 2 boss battles with him, like, at all. It's so dumb.
Well, I mean, that's happened before, though, plenty of times.
I know, but I feel like this game really didn't need it.
It's
already, brief on bosses as it is.
Exactly.
So I'm like, really? The best you could do is to just throw 2 of these in here?
But there's fire!
It's not good. I don't.
And he's running around on all 4s.
No. I don't like it. I like the Leongar character.
It looks vaguely like a certain Dragon Quest monster.
It sure does look like Pont de Leon, but
right.
Very, very much. He only has, he doesn't have the extra arms. So.
That's fair.
But yes, it does look quite similar. I'm surprised someone at Square Enix hasn't put in a cease and desist. And then we get the from Mike Tyson's Punch Out to just Punch Out to Kirby in the Forgotten Land and Kirby in the Land, like or something. They removed him and now he's like
Kirby in the Forgotten.
Kirby in the Forgotten Leo. And they've replaced him with a giant sunflower or something like that. Well, just because they could keep the general model, right, of the head and stuff.
Right. So, what did you think of the Infectus kind of blob, little mini sort of
mini final boss sort of thing in between?
Yeah, like the bridge towards the
Nothing like wrong with it, but nothing overtly exciting either, because it's just you're just kind of grinding that down, right? Like, the imagery is kind of fun. It's kind of interesting.
It's a very grotesque take on basically Kirby.
Right.
It's like, oh, it just infects everything and it just absorbs it.
That part I don't mind, but it's not exciting per se.
Yeah, it really slows it down.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, okay. And then it's sort of, it can be kind of, because it really has the spit acid or whatever, and then charge at you.
Tries to chomp you.
Yeah, and you're, like, the needle works wonders because you can, or, actually, no, there was one that I used. I think it might have been the stone hammer.
The saw is pretty good on that because you can keep charging it and it keeps spinning around, and then when it pulls it back and it does that really deep cut on it as it comes back to you, that you can do quite a bit of damage on it.
The stone hammer, you're moving slow enough that it's slowly catching you, so what you can do is just jump and do the aerial attack. So you're doing damage.
So the sword probably too, then.
Yeah. Well, the sword, I think you move faster.
Okay.
Or you move faster. Maybe not. I don't know. It felt like
the bombs were really good because you can keep running while throwing the bombs in different directions. Yeah. They just keep going backwards, so that works really easily. It just doesn't take off a lot of damage, but pretty easy. It's fine. It's not really exciting.
Then what about the
cheap Donkey Kong knockoff? Not all that exciting.
Say the final boss.
Oh. Because I would say we get cheap Donkey Kong, you get cheap Whiskey Woods.
Whiskey Woods?
I wish it was Whiskey Woods, actually, in this. He's all hungover. Barfs on you instead of throwing air pellets.
I like that.
It's fine, but it's... Just give me the classic then. At that
I get
point.
It's overplayed, but in the same hand, it's a nice little variant.
I love the character. So just give me the classic at that point. I don't necessarily need tropical. So
I don't. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It's really not. But the final boss, the was it Elphalis? How do you even say that?
It's Elphalis or
I think I'm mispronouncing, but anyways, it can go away forever, and I hope they never bring that boss back because it is really obnoxious.
You think so?
Not the first time you fight it, but in the Challenge Z thing, it is.
Yeah, I didn't think that was.
I don't like it.
I actually liked that.
No, I don't like it.
Step up. I enjoyed that fight.
I don't like it because, like, if you have a weapon, it's doable. As soon as you lose a weapon or don't have a weapon, the poor controls of trying to spit now stars in 3D in a 3D environment
is really tough.
Yes, it's very annoying when you're right up next to the thing and you've got a couple of stars in your mouth and you go to spit and you're slightly off to an angle or the thing instantly moves right away because it's quite a fast boss too. So yeah, no, I don't like it. There's parts of it that are kind of interesting and make it a little fun, but on the whole, no, I don't like it.
See, I enjoyed that fight. I didn't really dislike, but I was kind of ho-hum to the Liangar fight.
Okay. Yeah, it's not amazing, but I do like the look, and I like that
the
it's just a prelude.
It's pretty, really evil, dark look. It's like,
yeah. Well, when he gets that little second boost of power, goes in his little Super Saiyan mode there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, that second, I can see how it gets really obnoxious, but that's kind of understandable. But you do make a good point with the 3D being a bit obnoxious with that sort of thing.
I imagine it'd be a pretty tough fight for a little kid.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of.
I guess there's an easy mode, I suppose, too. But
well, yeah, that too, yeah, because that doubles or triples the health or something ridiculous.
And I think it also takes off far less damage or something too.
Yeah, okay,
something like that. Yeah. I didn't try it. Were we playing in quote unquote wild mode then? Was that just like the main mode?
Wild mode, yeah, basically yeah.
Because I kept finishing those stages you were talking about, and it was like, you finished this in wild mode, and I'm thinking, what did I turn on?
Wild mode
I didn't realize I was like, did I turn on a function or something going into this? And then I just started ignoring it.
Yeah, no, it's just regular mode basically.
Yeah, good.
So, then what it is, so the chaos orb fight that you're dealing with, is that a yay or a nay?
I've really tried it once, so I haven't really figured it out. Okay. Like, I was pretty low on health at that point, and then it lasered me once, and then it was trying to do those quick, like, laser shots at you, and then it did something. What was the second thing it did? And then it does that, like, spinning around with all the lasers.
Wonderful.
I can't remember. I didn't get enough of a sense of what the whole fight looks like, and I'm assuming if you get it down to half health, it changes its pattern. I'm assuming.
Dun, dun, dun.
So thus far, not that exciting, not that interested, but I have to actually beat it to, I guess, have a better sense.
Okay, then two big ones that I know it's kind of middling, but I think it's good to go through these because they're kind of.
They're already there. So.
First off, how absolutely lame is the meta fights?
Yeah, meta who?
Fights.
They're bad.
Yeah, that's going to skew into like a really big negative that I have is that I guess I forgot to mention is I love how after you free Day from his mental mind control kind of thing, he's just lounging there.
No, he's just.
I do love that because with the directional buttons you can have Kirby do like the wave and stuff like that. When you wave, he's just like, hey. That is pretty funny.
Too many hamburgers. He's almost half asleep as he just kind of like, and all those Waddle Dees are. He's amazing.
He's so great. We love KKD.
Won't even lift a finger.
But there's Meta Knight, and it's just like, why even really have him here? Outside of, because it's Meta Knight.
Pretty disappointing.
Yeah, that's why I feel like it's not gonna, he's not around. Because I think it would have been instituted a little bit better. Plus, it's just like, the fight is so, like, I get the powered up one is a little bit better. Like in the last challenge one, it's a little bit more interesting. It's still not
that great.
Yeah.
He's got the one attack where he charges up, and if he hits you and he does all the slashes and stuff, which is kind of cool, but other than that, yeah, it's nothing too exciting about him.
Yeah, it's pretty
underpowered.
Bleh. What about Morpho Knight?
Yeah, so Morpho Knight almost feels as if that's what Meta Knight's fight should have been closer to.
I'd agree.
Not like super hard, but a good enough challenge, right? And especially once you get him to that half health bar, and then he throws like those fire waves at you, and there's just that one lower gap that you can jump over, but then he throws two at you, the second time, and he's throwing like those tornado flames at you, and so I don't mind the fight. I think it's certainly more exciting than a lot of them.
I like to me, that's what what's I can't think of the stupid lightning cloud. What's that boss's name?
Or
Crackle,
yeah.
I was expecting that to pop up.
Oh, especially that's true.
Like, I was waiting for it to pop up in the, Winter Horns. The snow one. That's where I figured I was like, oh, okay. This is where he's going to pop up here.
Actually, that's really true, yeah. To not have Crackle in there is interesting.
And I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's in the original. Maybe it'll be like a cool, sickly cloud looking thing. That'd be kind of interesting. Nope. I'm like, where the...
It should have been in the fishing minigame.
What fishing minigame?
Yeah. Well, There's a somewhat of a fishing minigame, but anyways, if you pulled him out and you got a little trophy of him or something like somewhere, at least there was no nod to it at all. So it is weird that no Krakow there.
Like, why not?
You need the like his little beam thing that he does. That's pretty obnoxiously useless. Like it almost never hits you.
See, okay, can we just spin into some of these bad qualities?
Yeah, I like I said, I don't really, unless you have something very middling for you, very, very.
No, I'm just going to dive right into this. It upsets me very much so that we are missing so many power-ups.
Yes, me too. Like, there's...
Beam would have been a really good one for the 3D one. And as middling as an ability as that, you could have done a little bit more with that. Or a lot more.
One that I like that I know is hard, it would be hard to translate to 3D is, I've always liked the high jump. I know a lot of people don't like that one. But it would be hard to put in 3D, I think.
Yeah,
but it's an underappreciated one. Like, using that on Krakow is pretty fun.
That or, where's Fighter Kirby?
Yeah.
Where's Whip?
The Fighter's a fairly popular one. Right. You don't get Yo-Yo Kirby.
You don't get Yo-Yo Kirby? Where's Artist. The Whip? Where's the Wheel?
So, okay, that's a really sore point for me.
Right?
I hate these non-swallowable items in this game. I absolutely hate it. And when people were, oh my god, he's a car! And I'm like, Kirby has been a wheel. Like, he's basically been a car before.
Right.
This isn't that exciting. It looks dumb that he can't swallow a car. It looks stupid.
They nerfed his suction powers.
Yeah, so is it Return to Dreamland? Is that the first game where they added like the second level of vacuum, breathing or whatever, like suction? Is that the first game that added where, every game before that was just like, and then this was the one that was like it, it upped it to a second level. I think that's the first game that did it because you're sucking in all those blocks and everything.
Maybe.
You get the gigantic sword and...
Right.
I feel like that's the first game that has it. I might be wrong, but I know Triple Deluxe. I played Triple Deluxe before I played Return to Dreamland, and Triple Deluxe definitely has.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one that's popping in my head is Triple Deluxe, but
It could have been, but Triple Deluxe might have been the first one. It's one of... Yeah. It's somewhere in that neighborhood, though. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, so he's got this second level of being able to, suck things in and use them or swallow them and just spit them out, whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's just, none of them are very exciting. Like, I don't understand where people were, oh my god, this is just mind-blowing, and it's like, no. Eating a pylon? Really? Eating a pylon? Like, come on.
But he's Cone Kirby, come on.
Come on, that's so
dumb. He's Cody.
Oh, and now he's eating a vending machine. He's eating a bunch of lockers to pull them off, and it's like
that vending machine was nice because you could shoot the sodas, bounce them off the wall, collect the health, and then have another projectile. So you have infinite health with it.
No, I don't like any of them. I don't like any of them. The only one I like marginally didn't mind was the ring, just because I kind of like the idea of blowing kind of a wind attack. Because there's no other wind attack in this game.
Yeah, because where's Feather?
Yes. So, like, to not have anything, it's sort of like, okay, I guess that's the closest we're going to get.
I will say this, if they had, even though I know that wouldn't have been good this way either, I don't mind it in the sense of him kind of latching onto something to pull it off. Mm-hmm. I didn't mind that.
Which one?
With those, the water containers and stuff, or, the lockers.
Oh, because he's just pulling it off. Yeah, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah. It's not a power up per se, it's to reveal something.
It's just that or, using it on a certain ball.
I mean, that's true. You're right.
So, but I didn't care for the car version. I mean, I don't hate it as much as you do, but in the same hand, it's like, we had the wheel. We're good.
Yeah.
We didn't,
there were many alternatives that were already available.
The glider, funny story about that. I can't do regular controls. They've got to be inverted.
Oh, okay. So you had some trouble.
Until I was like, I need to invert these, and then it's like, invert by pressing X. I'm like, thank God.
I didn't know there was even. I had no idea there was the possibility.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, all those sections are pretty few and far between, right? There's not a ton of them, so. And not super tricky for the most part. No,
getting some of the extra stuff, is a little sneaky at times,
but not crazy.
Right. Nothing.
And it's like the roller coasters, dumb.
Because really you just run into everything and just be like,
you can't do anything. Like you're literally just on rails doing nothing.
But you're tilting.
So what? It's like
I meant that more in the sense of they more as in getting tilted.
Yeah. It's I don't like any of them. I don't like I think it's a dumb idea. They're not useful. I don't like them. I really don't. I don't like the car particularly, and just like, oh my God, the trailer. Oh look, he half swallowed a car. Like, so like this is just dumb. This is kind of going against the principles of Kirby in a way.
Kind of. I mean, there are certainly, bosses you can't swallow until...
Of course, but...
Yeah, or, many bosses until you actually beat them kind of thing, but...
Yeah.
I mean,
It just feels like cheap cop-outs when, again, there were already abilities that were available.
Mm-hmm.
I don't find them that amusing. I don't understand why people think they're so cool. I find them just, like, pointless. They're almost like pointless mini-games within the game. That's what they feel like, because they couldn't come up with any mini-games, because this game has no freaking mini-games even, basically.
It has the Tilt-A-Kirby
yes,
game.
Yes, that's wonderful. Because I needed a video version of Labyrinth with Kirby. Yes, I didn't even know I was clamoring in life for that. Like, completely pointless.
You didn't like the working in the cafe?
Not overly, because that third one is pretty obnoxious.
Just a little bit, yeah.
They just turned them all into like QuickTime event games, basically. A bunch of them, right? Like fishing.
Yeah.
That's a restaurant one. And there's barely nothing in here, right? Like the mini games they're bad. They're not fun.
They're pretty basic.
Below standard.
Well, I mean, so, definitely for us, I think, like, this kind of steps into more of what you had said before, that this, almost in a way, seems a little too simplistic, even for a baby step kind of thing, but it probably is what skews into that.
Mm-hmm. The main game, not so much. Like, I don't think the main game is too simplistic, but all the external stuff definitely is. And to just not really... It's weird, because almost... I know the early Kirby games, they were kind of finding their footing, so they didn't really necessarily do a lot of that stuff. Like, adding, like, oh, here's this and this and this. I think Kirby's Adventure, after you beat it, it's like, okay, play it all again now with only 3 health bars. So it doesn't really give you a ton. But I think for the time, you're kind of thinking, well, I expect this with these limitations and so forth. But as the games started to grow in size and the team was getting their footing a little bit more, and you see that in like the Superstar Saga where they're kind of like, let's really kind of branch out here. And I don't like that game. I don't understand the fervor for that game, but I like the concept of like, let's start to do something different with Kirby and branch out with these things. And it's led to, later on games doing the same, and it's like, oh, that's cool, you have your main game, and now they've sprinkled those as your extras. It's like they just took a complete step back with that here and just said, let's just focus on that main game. Let's make sure everyone focuses that it's in a sort of Well, and it's a controlled 3D world. It's not like you can go anywhere and do whatever you want. Like a controlled 3D world, and that'll make people satisfied. That's good enough.
Yes. Totally.
Don't mention the car again.
Vroom, vroom.
Oh, yeah, car.
How'd you like cheesing some of those car trials to...
Yeah, again, like I said, they're mini games within the main stages and they're pointless. It's like, okay, again, maybe for a younger player, maybe they offer a decent challenge. But for us, it's like, oh, did you know you could just jump here and just skip like 3/4 of it? Okay, that's not really
cough,
fun.
looking at you, tornado ability.
But it's not fun to do that with the car, right? To like jump over those pits and stuff. And like, whatever.
If I was to be angry at an ability in general, that
we
tornado.
didn't talk about the tornado.
Yeah, because it sucks.
Hmm.
I hate that ability.
I do like the third level look of it, and just how like the lightning's like spewing out of it. So I thought that was it was kind of cool looking.
That if you stop it early, it has a little like a lightning burst kind of thing, which is like, that's kind of neat. But
it's just funny if you're going past some of the enemies and you're not even that close to them, and they'll still get like zapped and stuff. So it's like, oh, I don't mind that idea. Like, it's kind of fun, but yeah, and it's
controls awful
for a little kid. Maybe that's a bit of the cheat code thing, right? Like to use. So I'm like, it's okay, and it doesn't bug me too much because it's also not a weapon I would actively pick very often. But it's also bosses and stuff. It's kind of out of control. Like, it's not that easy to fight DDD with that when it's your only option in, like, say, the Coliseum, and they're like, here's your weapon.
I don't want it. Take it back.
Yeah, it's like you're flying off into the lava and stuff, right? So.
I think that's obnoxious. Get Meta Knight in it, and it's like, oh, I guess I get the sword, even though
you have a weapon you're really enjoying using, and it's like halfway through the Coliseum, you're like, oh, I'm stuck now.
Right, because then it's like you'll get ones that you don't want afterwards.
Yeah,
like, okay,
yeah, they keep giving you really bad ones after.
Cool.
That last boss on Zed, like, they're constantly trying to give you Crash. And it's like,
totally.
You set Crash and you can get maybe, if you're lucky, 1/4 of health off with Crash. Yeah. Because the thing moves too fast and you can't keep...
Roll the die. Roll it.
Countering it with it. And it's like, that's kind of not cool. But drill ability, we didn't really talk about it. Like, drill ability, I like the idea for stages, but terrible for bosses aside from Tropical Woods there, or whatever it was called.
I think you called it Whiskey Woods.
You can just sit there and just keep grinding that thing, and can't really do much against you. But
it's when the projectile comes out when you come out of the earth, that
it's got some power.
That has some bite to it.
Yeah, it does. Not very good for like DDD though. It's not really good for a lot of them.
Right.
The Clawleen or whatever it is, that's no good on her. So.
Yeah, because you just get hit by like some of those that's.
Yeah,
I
can
can
hit you underground still.
One, but like when it's like the fire tornadoes and stuff that hit you, I'm like,
it doesn't protect you from a lot of the stuff, unfortunately.
That's not too keen.
Stone isn't in this game, and I know Stone some people really love and some people hate, but I love Stone.
The electric one?
The Stone?
Just kind of beam-ish. Well,
Beam.
There one?
Yeah, Beam. Yeah.
Well, no, but isn't there another one where it's just like doing electric, almost like Pikachu? If I remember correctly, or am I just kind of transposing Beam
Spark.
on that thing? Spark, there we go. Thank you.
Spark, yeah.
Yeah, Spark's not in it, and I mean, I get it. It's basically Needle, but electric.
Yeah.
You could have done something with it, especially with it being the post-apocalyptic thing. You could have done that and made it power up things.
Wasn't Spark the one that you've in Super Star Saga, like if you're rotating the D-pad and it can like build up into a charge you can throw? Like a spark ball? Is it that one, or is that the fighter that has that?
I don't remember.
I think Spark is like that. You can like build up a larger charge spark and you can throw a giant spark ball at things. Pretty sure that one's Spark. Yeah, there's plenty of things they could have added that should have been there. Seriously, this game also feels like of all of those missing abilities, it really feels like UFO should have been snuck in here somewhere as a secret. Right. Like, there's just something about this particular game that UFO totally should have been snuck in just one little corner. It's only one place you can get it, and it's a little tricky to get. Like, they should have absolutely put UFO in here.
It certainly would have been really nice.
No Star Rod in this game, like,
which is fine. I can.
Yeah, I know, but it's like.
I mean, you get at least the candy.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure we can come up with a bunch more gripes on a lot of that stuff, but.
I mean, we're still woefully just missing more heavy lobster. I mean, why can't he be in more things?
I don't know.
It's like heavy lobster just gets you had the perfect opportunity with freaking Planet Robo, and
that's a good game.
Good game aside, it doesn't have heavy lobster.
But that's a pretty solid one. Oh yeah, I'm no artist in here, but yeah, Stone was one that I was pretty sad to see not in here, and I can kind of see why, going with a more 3D aspect, being like, well, Stone doesn't.
It's a bit harder, yeah.
But I think
outside of almost being like, I don't know how you would. Outside, the only thing I can kind of think of would be to ground pound like a star so it actually like bursts out. That'd be maybe one thing to help it be a little bit more.
Well, how about instead of trying to eat a stupid pipe and you eat a stone before that and you turn into a giant boulder and roll down all those spots or something.
Yeah. That are not nerf and I get why, but not nerf the flight height. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. So that Kirby's suddenly exhausted. You're talking about that?
Well, that, but less that, but just the altitude wise, where it's like, oh, you can only go so high. No, stay down.
Climb higher.
I get it.
To do this, yeah. But yeah, I didn't like that either. Of the whole, like, if you want young players to enjoy this, and you're going to take away one of the biggest draws of Kirby is that's like a protective thing for most players. And like, no, you have to land. You have to land, and then you can jump again, and you can float again.
Smash Brother rules.
Like, no. Like, that's, again, you're kind of breaking some of the principles of Kirby here. Like, that's supposed to be a learning tool for new players. And it's yes, it's a bit of a cheat, if you will, to a degree. But that's okay. That's what Kirby's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be a stressful game. So, but that goes back into the whole 3D thing. Is you're truly kind of in a box. You can only go so far, right? This whole like, oh well, it's a 3D world. And like, yeah. As far as the world will let you go, like it's not quite as fully 3D as they kind of made it out to be. Yeah, some missed opportunities. So we have to see, I guess, what the next step is going to be now that this game did sell as well as it did. Unfortunately, it probably means they'll stick with a lot of the stuff here, being like, plus, all of the seeming critical praise for the choices in the game. They're only going to double down on many of them now. Now Kirby can drive 2 cars.
Oh boy!
Some silly thing. Oh yes, thank you for giving me deep purple space trucking in this game too. Like that was, yes, that was absolutely required.
I
need 18 wheeler.
I played it on the like in my hand, right?
Oh, okay.
Like using the joy, and so yeah, and that last bit was really tough.
I'd imagine so.
Like, I had to put the controller down and, like, just push it with my index finger kind of thing. Good lord. Like,
yeah. I was using a larger controller thankfully when I did that stage, so. Yeah, it just kind of went back to the whole minigame thing a bit, right? Minigame aspects of it.
Yeah. Yeah, because A, I wasn't expecting it at first, and B, it's just like, okay.
Well, even, like, having to jump on the back of that thing, right, and shake the controller to pull it off while the spear doesn't hit you.
Like, in time.
Why? We don't need this.
But it's got to be extra.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I didn't. I thought that was completely unnecessary, though. Like, there were the parts in the game where it's like, pull the circular capsule off. I'm like, okay, whatever. But to throw that into the boss battle, like, why?
Because,
like, is this not more involved? This is not grueling enough for most players. Yeah. Like, so. yeah.
Yeah.
Critically acclaimed Kirby, so I'm sure we will likely get more of this type of Kirby, probably.
We'll see. I don't know. They certainly kind of shotgunned out a whole bunch.
But like you said, your point though of saying they sold 6.8 million or something?
It was like 6.5.
Okay. I mean, to them, they'll see.
I mean, that was at March, so.
So it's probably creeped up some more, probably closer to 7 or something now.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, they'll see that as, the writing on the wall. Well, whoa, we finally hit the mark. We finally kind of made Kirby a bit more mainstream. So stick with what worked. That's unfortunately the likelihood.
I mean,
until the next one comes out and everyone complains,
and then bombs.
It's too similar to the last game. I wanted the Kirby stretch limo. I wanted the Kirby hockey puck, like whatever else nonsense, like the Kirby fire hydrant, like.
Oh yeah, you forgot about that one. The water
bubble.
Yeah. That one's at least inoffensive, right? Like,
yeah, it was. That one was fairly inoffensive. That's true. Yeah. Because in the way it approached it wasn't like Kirby inability to swallow something. It was filling Kirby to like a certain capacity. So you're right, that one's kind of inoffensive. Until you have to try to water out those 7 meteorites or whatever.
Oh yeah,
go away.
Yeah, I was
right like, at the end of the stage, and it's like, go away.
Oh yeah, that's why you just.
You have to do them in a certain pattern, the first 3, and then the same thing for the final 4.
No, I was gonna say just I'm trying to remember if there's like if it saves right before that or during it or something. You just fall off and just. Be I think okay, I did
fall off, and then I think it took me back enough that I was like, no.
Eat the 1,000 coin, or 100 coins,
something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll eat the 100 coins.
That was an interesting shift too. Hey, like to go from lives to more or less almost infinite lives in a sense, sort of, just because you can kind of keep getting points. But no different than like a Mario game of getting 100 coins and getting a life. So I was thinking, they just kind of changed the format a little bit, but to not have any from picking up a free life was a little sad. Well, it's that's again a bit of a staple.
I get you. It's a staple, but it's a staple from another game.
Yeah, every other Kirby game.
No, you don't you dare! Adventures of Lolo.
The exact sound is?
Yeah.
Okay. I've only played Lolo 3, and I haven't played it in years.
Well, I think it's when you
played in a long time.
When you get all what you need to collect to unlock the door.
Kill all the lizard things or whatever those.
Well, no. You get the block, the star block.
I honestly have not played Lolo 3, and it's the only one I played, and that's some time ago. Yeah, those characters have certainly... I think the only time I've ever seen them show up is in, like, Kirby's Avalanche.
Right? Lo, la, la.
Yeah. They don't really get to pop up anywhere.
Such a sadness.
Are those characters somehow referenced in that Smash Brothers anywhere? I feel like they probably are at some point somewhere, are they not?
Probably just a little sticker or something like that,
but imagine. At least in some form. Right?
I can't guarantee
You're talking ice climbers and duck hunt ducks and all that nonsense. Like, pretty sad if Lolo doesn't at least get, like, a nod somewhere.
Would they, though? I mean...
I don't know.
Like,
Who was the director of that HAL?
I think it was Sakurai.
Well, then he probably snuck him in somewhere. It must be like some little...
I would imagine, because, you know... I want to look this up, because...
You think Lolo would have, at some point gotten at least some kind of even just a downloadable $5 game or something?
Yeah, you would think, but
no,
I don't know. They turned bad, and then
did they really turn bad?
Well, I mean, they were baddies.
They were an opponent. I don't know if they were necessarily bad.
Yes, they're bad, like day bad. Like, if we're being honest.
I don't know.
Well, in the sense of not bad.
Yeah,
trying to help keep things in order.
Right.
I don't know.
That's basically every Kirby villain, though. Aside from, like, those final, horrible nightmare type things.
Well, that's something we didn't even talk about is the companion this time around. Right? Because it's just so carbon copy of pretty much every other story beat for random Kirby friend has shown up. Oh, well, they're not malicious themselves this time around.
Right.
They're not conniving like Marks.
Right.
Or Magalore there, so.
Yeah, none of those kind of. Yeah, they're always the final boss is like some world-ending thing.
Well, I mean, that's what it was for this one.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, they're always like that.
Yeah. So.
Except for, I guess, Kirby and, like, Dreamland 1. That only finishes with DD, right? Like, and that's just how the game ends. It's just, you just beat him and he's just like, ouch! It's over.
Owie!
Yeah. That's an incredibly short game, too. It's like, 30 some odd minutes or something?
You can blitz through it super duper quick. I am trying to find out who did this. Yes, and I can't. It is bothering me.
I mean, they've made no new games since the NES days, and then they never even got like a secret offshoot side game like a Solomon's Key, / Fire and Ice type thing. It just just did Lolo 3 and they never used those characters again. Never made any similar.
They made the Adventures of Lolo for the Game Boy, which is I don't know if it's the exact same as the first game, but they had that, and then they had, because it was called like Eggerland.
Oh, okay.
And then all of a sudden, Adventures of Lolo, and then they had something in '96 called Eggerland's Episode 0, Quest of Lala. And then something in 2000, Eggerland for Windows 95. Oh no!
Interesting.
Oh no! At least it's not Emmy there, so I guess we'll be fine.
We didn't get the Adventures of Lolo Billy.
No.
The ultimate crossover.
The ultimate crossover that nobody asked
Bayou
for.
Billy meets
but
Lolo.
That's because they didn't know they needed it.
Well, since Bayou Billy already has like 3, styles of gameplay, you could basically just add that as like the 4th style of gameplay, a top-down puzzler type thing, right? Bayou Billy kicking all those little lizard things. Lolo like just shoots those. I don't know, whatever those like beam things. Like I don't know.
Oh, the egg.
Well, you shoot like that little laser thing that would
turn them into eggs. Are you talking about that, or?
Yeah, but the beam thing itself, like you had to collect those, right? You didn't have infinite of those.
Yeah.
Like shooting those at like the Bayou Billy villains or something. Yeah. Oh, anyways, I don't know if I have anything else to say about this game. So
I do. I have one last thing to say.
I like it. You definitely had something in the in the chamber.
Where's
still.
my Cook Kirby? Damn it.
Cook Kirby?
Sorry. Cook Kirby. Where is Cook Kirby? Give me a cook.
Well, there's no. What's his name? Chef Yamazaki, or what's the big chef guy's name?
Oh, right.
He's not in here either. So
come on, like how do you miss that one?
Yeah, like he should have been in Waddle Town at least, right? Like just have him just standing there cooking for them or something. Like that's pretty simple. He doesn't even have to be a playable character. Just have him there, have him present.
Need the cooking.
He's in Star Allies, and because of like how all the characters can team up as a 4-player
right
thing, and when they do the chef thing with him is pretty cool. He cooks like all these massive meals and stuff. It's pretty cool.
I mean and this kind of leans back to your point of trying to be a little bit going out of its way to be a bit different, but then it's like okay, add more. Even though you feel like it's good that they kept some of it, but it's like they're trying to step in both lanes, and it's like pick a lane or add more to it so that it's a bit more full.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like that plus the horrific, and I'm not really a big guy on this, but the absolute horrific frame rate of anything that's a rock throw away from Kirby is really, really obvious, where you're like, am I having a stroke, or is the game just opting to only show this thing at like 16 frames a minute?
Mm-hmm. Anything big, like you said, those falling, flaming lava balls or whatever, those meteor balls, they're just moving at a snail's pace. And
that are like enemies off in the distance. They have this weird stutter to them, and you're like, "What did Kirby get to Silent Hill? What's going on here?
Like, why is that flame breathing Cubert thing sitting there, just minding its own business, but not shooting fireballs?"
It'll get to it.
Yeah, I didn't find it too horribly distinguishable for me as I was playing it, but probably because I'm just looking so much in the foreground for much of it. And that's where, again, I think my step of, I don't really see the need of having to be in 3D. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's fine. Like, I get wanting to do something different, and I just hope we continue to see, if you want to keep doing the 3D thing, that we do also get to see Kirby in 2D games. Like, I know a lot of franchises will still bide the line on both sides. Mario seems to do that, right?
Sonic's been getting back.
Yeah, Sonic's kind of still got its 2D stuff, but it's like we're also doing the 3D stuff, and some people prefer one versus the other. So,
if anything, do 2.5 and make it so that there's a lot more interactivity with things off the plane or off the path.
They kind of did that with Star Allies, sort of, a little, not a ton. Triple Deluxe did a lot more, I thought. But that's because they were trying to mess around with the whole 3D aspect.
Right.
So did Planet Robobot as well.
Yeah,
they kind of.
That's what I'm saying. Steer into that. You got experience with that.
Like, and then they did Battle Royale and made everybody really mad. I don't hate that game. Like, it's just, don't expect it to be a typical Kirby game, that's all. It's not great, but it's
Give me
not
my Heavy
miserable.
Lobster. I don't care. I demand Heavy Lobster.
We gotta get, and we need to see some just like really out there Kirby abilities, like Scorpion Tail Kirby or something, like just something really wacky would have been kind of cool, but Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what's the next step, but I still kind of stand by my original comment that the likelihood is they'll kind of stick with this since it sold well. And so they won't want to probably veer too far because as popular as Kirby is, it's not seemingly that popular compared to the more, I guess, I don't know, cherished Nintendo properties, I guess. Among people who like Nintendo properties.
Right.
I am not one of those people for the most part, so I fell off a lot of those bandwagons a long time ago.
Just a hater.
Yeah. Metroid immediately. I was just like, meh, this sucks.
I still
Kid Icarus for you.
Yeah, Kid Icarus, it stubbed its toe right out the door.
Yeah.
And it could stay out the door.
Yeah,
because
that's how I feel
I'm never
about
touching
Metroid.
that game again.
It's totally Metroid for me, where everyone's just like, Metroid is the gold standard of Nintendo franchises. And I'm like, yeah.
Can't wait till the Super Metroid episode.
We did that already. Long ago.
It's a joke. I know.
But anyways, any final thoughts?
No. So, I guess I'm very curious. Will you play this again?
So, probably not. Like on the whole, probably not. But because it's a Kirby game, you know, I might at some point just be like, it's a Kirby game. It wasn't my favorite. Why don't I throw it in and just try it for a couple hours and see what, you know, if I might get back into it, kind of thing. Probably not anytime soon, but even Star Allies I played like shortly after it came out. And then I found I was playing it before we had talked about playing this. I'd started playing a little bit of it again. I was like, and I don't play it frequently, but it was like once in a while I'll throw it in. It's like, it's just kind of a little bit of a comfort thing to be like, Kirby, right? So I might, probably not the whole way through, but maybe just to get a bit of a taste of it again. But very, very, like, low on the list, especially for Kirby games. I'll probably play Battle Ball over this again, and that's a pretty bad game.
Like, play the Dream Course. Give me that.
I don't have Dream Course, so I haven't played that one. I don't have it. I was hoping that was going to be on that 20th anniversary. I was kind of disappointed when it wasn't on there. I'm sure they could have easily put it on there, but didn't.
You thought you would get more games?
Yeah. But did we get 6 on that collection?
Something like
7?
that.
You get all the Dreamland games, and then you get Adventure, 64. Is there one more? That should be on there? I can't remember.
I really should undust my Wii.
You get Superstar.
Things, I haven't touched that thing in years, so...
I was playing it a couple of years ago because I did only about 2 years ago. I played Return to Dreamland, and then I also played Batman: The Brave and the Bold. So I was playing it not too long. I mean, now it's like a few years back, but not maybe as long as you.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. I should really make sure it still lives.
Yeah, kind of an underappreciated system now. Now we're in just like the Wii, whatever, but. There's still plenty of good games on it.
I think there's a nostalgia love for it, but
if you like arcade style light gun shooters, it's one of the best systems. There's just tons. Like it was completely easily built for that. Like to this day, Ghost Squad, like I've put in way too many hours in that game, and it's basically got 3 stages. And I unlocked like the 100 levels on it. Like I went really deep into that game. Played like twice a day at one point for months. It's got that amazing Sega voice acting that I know you love so much. So.
Oh yes, yeah.
But it's got like House of the Dead Overkill, House of the Dead 2 and 3. It's got LA Machine Guns and New York Gunblade. Like it's got some really good shooters on there. Just really fun. So anyway, for yourself, do you think you'll return?
Probably not. That's not to say it's like an awful experience or anything. My brain goes, okay, yeah, this is totally something for a kid, and I could see you playing this as a young kid and really enjoying it. I could see that. That's not me. So
yeah, I could see it being some kids' like favorite Kirby game.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, I think, the appeal of Kirby, right?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever your first Kirby game is, it might just end up always being your favorite. Period.
Mm. Yeah.
That would really get your gears going of like, and they didn't even add characters like Krakow for kids to fall in love with.
Yeah, right? Come on.
His twirly double B.
No, boy. Yes. How much they get to miss out on the absolute joys of experiencing a Krakow fight. Like, is it really a Kirby game without that?
I'm trying to think of any Kirby games that didn't have Krakow. I can't remember if Star Allies had Krakow. I believe Krakow was in there. But
I mean...
what an amazing design. Like, just somebody literally sat there, drew an eyeball on a cloud, and just a couple of spikes.
Here's some spikes.
There's a character right there.
Well, I mean, come on now. He drew the wispy wood. Like,
yeah.
Here's a tree.
Just draw happy face on it. It's good.
Yeah.
Kirby got all the hand-me-downs. It totally just feels like these were all ideas from other games. And like, just here's a sketch of a flying thing that gets angry when it flies at you. Oh, the light bulb. We forgot about the stupid light bulb, too. Oh, jeez. What a waste. What a waste of disk space. Like, seriously, what did we need that for?
For the light puzzles.
Then they could have given Kirby Spark, like you said. Right?
Oh, right. Yeah. You know,
could have lit light bulbs on the stages with the spark, and they would dim as the energy ran out on them or something. Yeah. Yeah. You're ready for something new.
It is a bit of a bummer that it got like, I guess it just depends on where they go with it. I mean, they've tried to do a lot more odds and ends with it, so.
And I'd be curious to know what were the sales numbers for Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Since this did so well, like, were people willing to jump on that after to just be like, oh, a new Kirby game, without like just kind of blindly jumping into it, not realizing it was only a 2D game? But I really expect the sales on that to be not great. Like, I don't think they would have sold particularly well. We get these random Kirby games that just pop up, right? Like, even the Extra Epic Yarn to be on 3DS just out of nowhere for some reason, like just to try to get a few more sales at the last minute on the 3DS just was weird. So, always some odd decisions with the Kirby franchise with stuff like that. Not necessarily bad, just kind of odd.
It's really just playing with house money, I'm telling you.
You must have a pretty small house.
Well, I mean, it's because of all the merch that it sells. It's just like,
I guess
that's real. I mean,
it's just to keep some kind of an eye on the character. That's not like, oh, we forgot about Kirby. I guess, right? Just to kind of keep it out there.
Right. It's like, oh, here, there's more merch. There's a car. Kirby.
I might have accepted the fact if Kirby tried to swallow an F-Zero car. To at least give F-Zero something. Or he swallowed the Star Fox's R-Wing or something. No, he just gets an old rusty Fiat or whatever, he tries to swallow. No offense to Fiats. I think some Fiats they're a pretty cute car, but just it does kind of look like it's shaped like a Fiat or something. But anyways, true. I guess you should wrap it up then.
That is it. So definitely let us know your feelings on the Kirby's, the Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Perhaps this is not so forgotten, and this is one that you really enjoy. Definitely curious to know on that one, because I feel like this one really misses the mark, but I'm also old, so maybe I missed the mark. Anything else you want to add?
Nope, I'm just looking forward to whatever we jump into next. So.
Yeah. Should be interesting. So, thanks for listening, and have a good one.